1-800-450-7876. 1-800-450-7876. Professor Cross. Professor, how are you?
Yes, this Professor Cross.
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Man, it's been a while since I talked to you. I want to talk to you on 4th and 8th Street. We talked one time about black children going to black foster homes, but today we're talking about what we want to tell the president.
Yes, how you doing, sir?
All right, just fine, just fine. What I want to be able to tell the president is about the intellectual stimulus commerce in the cultural science of blackology and how we can make careers, jobs, and in intellectual entrepreneurship. In the United States, there are 205,000 schools. If we put just 3 blackologists in them 205,000 schools, we'll have 615,000 career positions, jobs, and we can also develop an intellectual commerce that we'll be able to do for our people what we know needs to be done, and that is bring our educational evolution into existence.
Let me ask you a question, if I can. Let's go back to your first point. You said that if you were able to put the specialist into these schools,
Right.
Well, I understand the numbers, but a lot of those schools would not normally or necessarily have either a black population or a substantial number of black students, and I don't know what we would be calling a substantial number, so I could be absolutely wrong in using that word as students.
So what the research has revealed is basically what you said, that there may be 1 or 2 in some schools.
Yes.
Some schools have a population of over 1,500, and these are black students.
Yes.
And so give and take a few here and there. We're saying 615,000, but if you put 10 in there, that's 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So we just took a minimal figure of 3.
Yes.
3. In order to be able to give a guesstimate and estimate of the potential of what this intellectual stimulus.
And what would that consist of?
It would consist of the research and study of black culture, the ideals, philosophies, theories, beliefs, concepts, and notions of their past and present life experience.
Okay, let me come back because I'm interested in what you're saying. I just want to get some level of definement. When you say the research and study of black culture, now, are you talking about black culture as it exists in this hemisphere?
We're talking about the entire black culture, going back.
So you're looking at its totality.
Yeah, its totality.
From African origins.
Right.
Forward.
But even before the African origin, because we understand that Africa is a relatively new term within the 19th and the 20th century, but to go back even before that,
Mm-hmm.
and to bring it up to date. And
So let me ask you again. I'm asking because I don't know. I'm trying to find out from you. You're able to do that. You're able to bring that into a class setting.
Right.
What then has your investigation of this possibility given you in what it will then do possibly for those students?
what it will do is it will give them the education on their culture that they have been missing for the last 40 years, maybe even 50, 60 years, that we now have come into in our evolution, that we have a disconnect with what is black culture. And we're not talking about history now. History is a record of events. You can go into the history and you can get the culture, but it is distinguishably different from culture. So what we are talking about is a mechanism that will allow us to have a way of living, to know what that type of living is. It will provide us with the knowledge of our ancestors, our mothers and fathers, and those who have left for us a blueprint in terms of what it is that we need to do as far as our evolution is concerned, where we should be now.
Here's a question. Hold on a second. But here's a question. You're saying that this blueprint has been left by mothers, fathers, grandparents, great-grandparents, right?
And ancestors.
And ancestors.
Right.
Well, if it has been left, are you saying that we, the descendants of them,
medical fields have accommodated us and allowed us to put our literature in their fields. But in terms of making a science that is authentic and autonomously, let me use this word, blackological, that comes from our culture, then we haven't done that. So, but with this science of blackology, we will be able to authenticate a field of study that is authentically, autonomously, and then applied. So
now, in this field of study, you're looking at and have identified people who have gone through this process, and are they now able to direct others to learn or to instruct them in the process of learning and then able to disseminate?
To some degree, but not totally, but this is why we need the field of study and the research that has been revealed through the 10-year research and study that I've done at Howard University in the African Studies Department. I just did a 10-year research. Now, with what we have learned in the research, in this blackological research, we can then provide them with the tools, the training, the education to do what is needed for us to be able to apply this, so that we will then be able to have a culture that is organized and productive and even creative.
Now, you're looking at this. Is there an ideal beginning age for the beginning of the study?
It can go from preschool all the way up to the doctorate. As a matter of fact, I have developed a curriculum from preschool all the way up to the doctorate. The doctorate is not a PhD; it's a universal blackological science doctorate.
Okay, now here's what takes place in all of this. And bear with me, because you're giving me the information of your study over a period of time. So I'm kind of new and naked in stepping into this. In doing this and creating this, what then, I understand on the initiality of this, what it offers. What's the other broad base to this, because it is then in existence?
Well, the broader base is that, we will then have the opportunity to have our own cultural commerce, which means we will have a instrument, a field of study that will provide for us food on the table, clothes on our backs, a roof over our head, that we are learning daily, 365 or 52 weeks out of a year about our culture, and so then that will do for us what all the other cultures field of study.
So this would then, in effect, replace black studies as we understand it and broaden it out.
Well, the thing with black studies and African American studies is we don't own that.
We may take it down.
It's also an entrepreneurial effort.
Doc, stay with me a second, because I gotta do a break. But I want to make sure that you have the time to tell us what this is. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir. 1-800-450-7876. 1-800-450-7876. 1450 WOL.
And now, a list of things you'll touch today. Alarm clock, toaster, light switch, phone, car key, steering wheel, stapler, escalator, grocery cart, front door, back door, toys, microwave, mirror, lamp. Whew, that's a lot of touching. And chances are, most things you touch will also be touched by others. That's why it's important to disinfect the surfaces we touch most with Clorox disinfecting products. They help kill the germs that can live on surfaces for up to 48 hours. So from doorknobs to yo-yos, keep disinfecting with Clorox disinfecting products. Use as directed on hard non-porous surfaces.
It's the shirt you wear most, and essential in any professional man's wardrobe. It's the white dress shirt, and for over half a century, the Paul Frederick White 10-point Oxford dress shirt has set the standard for quality, comfort, and style. It regularly starts at $40 or more, but we're so confident that it will become your favorite shirt, we're making it available at the exclusive introductory price of only $19.95. Go to 1995shirt.com and choose our classic button-down with button cuffs, or our traditional straight collar with either button or French cuffs. Choose from regular, trim, and big and tall sizes, with 55 combinations of collar and sleeve legs for an exact fit. Order today, and you'll also receive free monograph at $8.50 value. Go to 1995shirt.com right now to order your Paul Frederick White 10-point Oxford dress shirt for just $19.95. Enter promo code COTTON. That's 1995shirt.com. Promo code COTTON.
On playgrounds, in classrooms, at any time, the green Not like in stripeless, slimy sneezes that good and straight to the school nurse. But there's a way to keep what's the off his hands. Kleenex facial tissues, the flu shield. They're armed with the power to defeat the green snot and available at Walmart, where everyday low prices make it easy to put clean shields into action. The stuff is saving you more on the green snot list. Visit walmart.com/Kleenex. Snotler beware.
One little fish oil pill. You know this powerful little pill, it's great for your heart, that it's great for your joints. It even has powerful benefits for your skin and brain function. But the fish oils of today are sadly incomplete because they don't contain the super antioxidant power of clinically proven krill oil that can increase joint comfort by 28% in just 7 days. Until now. Introducing the free bottle giveaway of Krill Omega-3 for Purity products, our most powerful fish oil formula ever. The only thing our advanced Krill Omega-3 fish oil is missing is the price. Because right now, we're offering anyone a full-size bottle of our krill oil as part of a nationwide free trial. Just call 1-800-950-5868. To request yours, you can't go to stores. The only way to get your free bottle is to go to the phone. The number is 1-800-950-5868. Call now and claim your bottle absolutely free. 1-800-950-5868. That's 1-800-950-5868.
Want to save money on back to school? Then come to Walmart, where they have low prices every day on everything. Like delicious Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios has whole grain oats that provide kids with energy to start their day. And kids who eat breakfast tend to do better in school. Maybe get them on the honor roll. Perhaps into the gifted program and potentially a full college scholarship, saving you thousands of dollars in tuition. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Plus it's one of more than 70 items at Walmart that gives you 4 box stops during August, so you can give more cash to your favorite school. Save money. Live better. Walmart. 1450 WOL and WOLDCnews.com.
Professor Cross gave us a call, and he has come up with a new outlook and a premise for putting together an educational process that is not just something to be done, but it is something that would enhance we as a people, and it would be, as he sees it, we would then be setting up a whole new educational, I want to say industry, but I should say insert to the educational industry, because this would be another educational discipline. Am I correct, sir?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
This is true. A intellectual enterprise and commerce is what black people in this country need in order so that they don't find themselves at the drawing board every generation trying to find out what the problem is.
Okay, another thing that's in there is you must gain those schools of higher education to take on this course of discipline, so that you will then have the instructors, you will then be able to garner the students. But there are a couple of things in there. Bear with me again. I don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about. I'm crawling along the edge of the floor, just trying to feel the baseboard so I fall down the track. Because when you set up a field of instruction, you're trying to show a couple of things: that you can come into this field of instruction, you can grow within it, you can become an academic within it, you can become entrepreneurial within it, you can become an outstanding student within it. But those things have to be able to grow into, can you then make a living? Can you then add branches to the tree that you're planting?
Absolutely. That's the example of the way that it can grow. The seed can grow.
Okay.
And that's basically what where we should be at this point in our evolution, is putting together this field of study that will do just what you said. Make students who will learn the field, instructors who will learn it and then teach it, and then it's cyclical as Black African culture is. It's a circle that goes on and it continues to grow.
Who then would be qualified or certified to be instructive in this, and then you would go through a very close process to admitting anyone into this discipline that you do for other disciplines. But the first thing I would imagine is getting those who can instruct and then certifying.
Absolutely. We would, well, they would, well, to begin with, we'd have to, as a child is born, take advantage of, what is in our immediate reach. We have to, bring those in who have the degrees already, who are standing around, trying to get a job, but unable to get a job because they're overqualified, because they got degrees, and so now they can't get a job. So we want to be able to bring those individuals in and put them in the institution, give them the training that is necessary and the education, so that then they can be able to be dispersed into the public-private charter schools within the United States. And that is basically where we're at and what we could do with that.
Well, you're a brave man, brother, because what I hear you saying is that you now have to bring forth a number of people who have a desire to do something different, to bring out a different discipline to be placed in educational facilities. They then must be certified, and you must then explain to the public in the overall what it is that you want and intend to do.
Well, see, the issue is that when you say certified, and then if you're thinking in terms of the certifications that already exist,
because I fall back into that because I guess at my time in life that's what I was used to. So I could be wrong, so you have to help me to come out of that.
That is customary. That's what we would think about. But no, we're not trying to do ACT, SAT, and all of the T's that exist. What we're trying to do is we're trying to build and fill the study of these individuals who are already doing the work.
Okay.
But have not had the opportunity to be degreed in it. But now we're going to provide an opportunity for them to be degreed, and not only are we going to provide an opportunity for them to be degreed, we're going to make a field of study, a profession, blackologists. They would then be blackologists in teaching the intellectual science of blackology.
Here's a question, and it is a question, and it is not a doubt button. There travels with, you're talking about blackologists, there travels with that something that has been around for about a dozen years that connotes something not quite on a par with everything else in kind of that blackology thing. And it can be as legitimate as anything else, but it is what has happened over the years in language, and it goes back to the study that they were talking about doing in California when they were talking about black language?
Yes, right. Well, the linguistics have said that black people in the United States speak a language of their own. As a matter of fact, the research of blackology reveals that we speak in about 5 different languages, and we don't even know it. Listen to this. We speak Ebonics, our own native tongue. We speak Euro-American English. We speak some Spanish. We speak English, and we speak some Arabic. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing this and not even knowing it. But when our brothers and sisters come over from the Caribbean or Africa, and we are astonished at how many languages they speak, but there has been a rule over us that we can only speak one.
Well, we know that there are areas, if you're talking about New York, Chicago, Boston,
right.
Spanglish is a common exchange.
It's a counter exchange.
It just goes on. Right. Because you wind up with people who come from so many places in Central and South America, and it is Spanish with a tonational twist to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So then that is helps to make the case for blackology even more, because not only are they Spanish, but they got a Spanish culture.
Mm.
So now we have, not only are we black, but we got a black culture, and it's multifaceted. Under black, there are, if you go to rainbow of colors, as many facets in our rainbow of color as it is in our culture. So, but they all one black culture. And so, establishing that we have a language, once again, helps the thesis that blackology is relative, because now we have a language of our own. So then if a group has a language of of their own, then they can come up and say, give us ESOL, English as a second language, and then there's funding for that. So, but because we culturally had not looked upon ourselves as culture, but only as community, we have not been able to ask for any such grants.
But no, we wind up in this society with people laughing at folks when they talk about ebonics, and yet there are places in the world where pidgin is accepted as a language of bridging.
Absolutely.
And nobody thinks anything of it except those people who are new to the culture coming through the door. And they might find it a bit funny, but after about 2 weeks, they're using it so that they're able to bridge.
Okay, so but what we want to do is take the fun out of it and put some commerce in it.
Yeah.
So, and then that's the purpose of Blackology or cultural science, is to acknowledge ourselves as a people that we now have an intellectual cultural science that is of, from, by, for, and about the justice, redemption, advancement of our people and the redevelopment of our culture.
You know what I'd like for you to do? Can you give me a call back the end of this week so we can talk some more?
I sure can, Uncle Bernie. I can do that.
I appreciate it, man. I really would. Because, I mean, you got me going. I wasn't trying to know more than anybody else. The truth is, I know that I was paddling around and then not knowing as much as maybe I should, but I was trying to ask questions to gain as much as I could from you about what is taking place. If I did it badly, I apologize, but I was doing as best I could.
Well, you've done an excellent job, Bernie, and, the ancestors brought it together today so that we could do this.
Amen. Listen, Professor, thank you a whole lot. Now, I'm going to look to hear from you like Thursday or Friday.
Okay, they can go to blackology.com.
Blackology.com.
BLACOLOTY.com.
Amen. Thank you so much, and good thanks for you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. 1-800-450-7876. 1-800-450-7876. Tell them I don't go anywhere. Stay with us. I got to do the break, but I'm coming right back.
Bernie McCain, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. on News Talk 1450 WOL and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com.